accident, Mommy. It was totally an accident. And I said, he's right here. And he says, Mrs. Patron, je m'excuse, c'était pas ma faute. She says, you.
And proudly sharing my poem, The Beat Goes On. It went a little something like this. The beat goes on, silence controls space. The beat goes on, life rushes to my face. The beat goes on, all falls into place. The beat goes on, the beat goes on. The beat goes on has taken many meanings for me throughout my life, especially accepting when it's time to move on to better things.
I was like 22 years old. I went over, had dinner with my parents, and I sat down. And if you can think back to when you were 22 and you wanted to do something, and you weren't sure if your parents were going to be down with it, you had your argument ready to go. You were set. So I go up, I sit down, I say to my mom and dad, I said, you know, I'm going to Los Angeles in 3 weeks. Because Casey had invited me to Los Angeles. And my dad looked at me and said, when do you leave?
2 months after the accident, Jason and I had arrived at our wedding date that we had initially set. And I decided, and he decided, that we were going to get married anyway. And this was met with a lot of negativity. There was a lot of unknowns in our life still. But I had learned by that point to trust my inner voice because it had done right by me so far.
I'm 26 years old. I've got my entire life ahead of me. No, Brandon. You have a tumor in your brain, and it's this big. In an instant, my life smashed into 1,000 pieces. Suddenly, everything I thought I knew, where I was headed, completely gone.
I told them how I felt. And guess what? They hugged me. And it felt pretty good. My dad is 6 feet tall. He was muscular from being on the farm. Big, big farm hands. And, you know, we gave him a hug. It wasn't too bad, you know, because it was pretty hard for them.
The kids in the school had failed 5 times. We had 15-year-olds in grade 6. They were bigger than the male teachers. I still remember Jimmy Smith. He was bigger than the male teacher. He used to beat up the teachers. And so I got tired of being beat up. So I ended up in this magazine store, and I would dream a lot. I would read all these magazines, bodybuilders, you know, and these karate experts in the magazine store. And I started dreaming about, wow, I'd like to learn how to be like this. I'd like to, you know, they seem so, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was big back then, you know? And you know what, something happened. Bruce Lee came out. Remember that? Enter the Dragon. All of a sudden I seen this fellow that looked like me on the screen, and he looked good too. All of a sudden overnight, being Asian was cool. And all of a sudden everybody wanted to be like me. Hey man, you're like him, aren't you?
I can't even see it, so you gotta read it yourself. Are y'all ready? You will receive a big compliment in front of others.